Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling like there's just not enough hours in the day? Are you working way harder than you thought you were going to when you started this business? Chances are you're just not putting the right things in the right order. Today I'd like to speak with you a little bit about self-care. I have lots of videos about this and I come back to it again and again because what I find is that most of my girlfriends who are women on a mission out to make a difference, really committed to creating impact in the world, spend a lot of time and energy putting others before themselves, and then they can't figure out why they're depleted. I want to go over with you an acronym that I created, maybe 2 or 3 years ago when my good friend Katarina Rando asked me to speak to her audience about self-care. And I also want to remind you that when I can tell you these things from this level of like, you can do it, I only know this and I came up with these learnings because I went through a lot of what you're going through right now. I experienced a divorce that I feel fully responsible for. I spent years suffering from ulcers and migraines. I was not the mom I wanted to be when my kids were little, but there were a lot of gifts that I received that helped me move from that place where I was doing the best I could, just like you're doing the best you can right now, to a place where my life is really fulfilling. And I get to do this work of giving back and making a difference with my work, and I want that for you too. So in our world, we talk about self-care as an acronym. We talk about what are the steps that you need to take each day to fill yourself up as a leader so that you can really stand in your power and make a difference for others. The S in self-care is for sleep. Now, it's non-negotiable. No matter who you are and how strong you are and how focused and mission-driven you are, you need your rest. Especially in this time, I'm filming this for you right now where we're about, I think, 6 months into the COVID pandemic. We're trying to figure out what's what. I find a lot of people are under stress. They're not getting the rest that they need. You need to make time for your body to heal. Your immune system really needs you to do that. And if you have a sleepless night, ask yourself, can I take a 15-minute break here and just go lie down and reset? Over the years, I found, especially because I was pre-pandemic, traveling 2-3 weeks a month, that I really could get a good reset if I could give myself time to disconnect. So do your best to get yourself in a good state before you go to bed. You know, for me, that requires stopping eating a little earlier, stopping drinking a little earlier. Maybe you don't have those things going on, but I certainly know that when I stay up late and I drink too much or I eat too much right before bed, I don't have a good night's sleep. So give yourself a chance to disconnect, really celebrate your day, relax a little bit, and then give yourself space to have a good night's rest. The E in self-care is around exercise. Now, I'm 54 years old. I'm in what I feel like in some ways is the healthiest body I've ever been in after being a young woman struggling with anorexia. I'm really grateful for the body I get to be in today, and I can tell you that my body, like your body, needs us to move. There's certain things that your body can heal on its own, and there's certain things that need to be a little supported. You can do this simply by walking, simply by stretching. You know, when we do a lot of Zoom calls these days, and we have our community meetings, we always break with a little yoga, and it doesn't have to be complicated. I mean, literally, you can do this in your office. It doesn't have to be a complicated thing, but your body wants you to move a little bit. And the exercise helps with the sleep. So please look at each day, how can you move a little bit? There's a principle called the Pomodoro principle that basically says that we lose our effectiveness and our productivity after an hour of just being focused on one task. So maybe you set a timer for yourself, get up, stretch, take a walk, drink some water, just give yourself a little bit of movement so that your body can clear its lymph and you can feel more energized when you come back to the task at hand. The L in self-care is about letting go. A few years ago, I was watching Oprah, and she was interviewing a woman named Byron Katie. Now, I don't know if you know her, and I don't really know Byron Katie, but this thing that she said really stuck with me and has stuck with me for years. And one of the things they were talking about is like, how do you face adversity? How do you face a challenge? How do you not take it personally? And what Byron Katie said to Oprah is that every time an opportunity shows up or a challenge, she asks herself, is this really mine? Is this mine to take on? Or is this really yours? Oprah was interviewing her, so she's like, Oprah, is this really yours, right? I can say that to Lee while he's standing behind the camera. Is this my thing, Lee, or is this your thing? Is it really mine, or is it not? Or is this really God's? And I think, again, in this time, as I'm shooting this video with you, the pandemic has reached all over the planet. It's touched every country, as far as I know. I don't know if there was like Tobago or somebody that was not being touched, but it really is a global piece. I feel like this is one of those things that's not necessarily mine or yours to cure. This is really God's work. And the point of that is that Byron Katie's piece is the filter of, is this mine, is this yours, or is this really God's? And wherever you are in your belief system, what I want you to think about is to start adapting, asking yourself, is this really my job? Is this really my work? With mission-focused and purpose-driven women, a lot of times we take on things because we think we should, and what we're actually doing is not letting things have the natural order or the natural balance that they're here to have. And you don't need to make yourself important by doing things that are not your job. You need to be focused and strong in your leadership so you can do the things that are your job. The F in self-care in our world is about fuel. Now, again, this is not a judgment about how you eat, but I've got to tell you this. If you're a woman on a mission, you need energy and you need focus, and therefore your body needs you to give it some live food. We all grew up knowing that we needed to eat our fruits and vegetables, kind of remember the food pyramid. Here's the thing that I want to say to you. I personally eat pretty much whatever I want to in the evenings. During the day, when I know I have to be on and I have to be focused, I know that if I'll give my body fresh fruits, if I'll give my body a salad each day and some fresh vegetables, those are the foods that give me the most energy I can have to be focused and clear in my conversations with you. So I want you to think about, if you're not already eating a lot of live foods, how can you adopt those things and bring them in? And only bring them in if you want energy. I'm joking with you a little bit, but I think it's important that you consider this. When you have the time of day that is your highest and best, those are the hours I want you to give your time and energy to your business. Think about, if you guys try to set up a call with me, let me not try to sound arrogant here, but my calendar is set up where I take calls Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday between 1 and 4. Because I know that those 3 hours of the day are when I'm really at my most energetic. I've had all morning to take care of myself, to take care of the things I need to in my systems, and really show up 100% focused and present for you. Okay, so think about that in your own schedule. What fuel do you need, and what time do you want your energy to be the highest? Give yourself the tools that you need and the resources to make that happen. The C in self-care is all about community. I joked for many years when I first started doing this work that I had come from being a man in a woman's body. And I had a lot of success in some ways, learning how to be focused and driven and on it and very masculine. What it cost me was my marriage. What it cost me was my health. What it cost me was the opportunity to be close and connected with other people. I had this idea that if I could just do it all by myself and get everybody out of the way, I could really reach success. And the truth is, that's not what happened. The truth is that I reached a certain level of financial education and acuity, but my life wasn't rich in relationships. It wasn't rich in health. It wasn't rich in experiences. And what I want for you to understand is that only through allowing yourself to be supported, only through receiving, only through collaboration and community are you able to really heal and stop pushing so hard and start receiving. Listen, giving can't happen without receiving. Receiving can't happen without giving. They're two parts of the same whole. And I want you to receive a life that's full and rich in abundance. That's going to require you to surround yourself with others who see you and support you. We have a great community online at limitlesswomen.group. So if you're looking for peers, you're looking for girlfriends that get it, that are mission driven and focused and want to give back and make a difference with their business, come visit us there. We'd love to have you be with us. The A in self-care is all about asking. Now, asking from a different perspective where you're demanding and you're being aggressive, but asking from a place of clarity. And the R in self-care is about receiving. It doesn't matter if you're good at asking if you don't expect to receive. Listen, you're watching this. I will just say it in a gentle way because who knows where this video goes. Our anatomy is designed to receive. Just think about it, okay? We are here as women on a mission to make a difference, but we can't do it alone. I need you to learn to get really clear about your asks without expectation and without context and story. Story is beautiful, but it's not always the most powerful resource you have when you're making a request to your team members, to your family members, to your community, and to God. Get really clear about what it is that you want, and then allow yourself to receive. And that leads us to the final letter in self-care, which is ease. After years of pushing and driving and trying to make things happen, and having some pretty tough consequences as a result of that, I want to tell you that the things that you're pushing so hard for that are not happening are probably not yours. It's probably not meant to be that way. And if you can get a little more present and a little more aware of those things that are showing up for you gently, those opportunities that are knocking at your door that you're not seeing because you're pushing so hard, the E in self-care is all about ease. You may have a life of ease and flow. It does not have to be so hard, and it's not meant to be so hard. If you found this helpful, visit us online at limitlesswomen.com. We've got oodles of great business tips there for you. And if you want to come play with us at one of our live events, the details are there as well. I'd love to be a part of your community. And when we're COVID-free, get a chance to hug you in person. If you found this video helpful, subscribe now so you'll be notified as we share new tips and trainings. To learn more about how we can help you grow your business, visit us at limitlesswomen.com and check out our business school, community, and live events. I look forward to connecting with you soon.